Lindsey Williams, good to have you here with us.
Alex, I think everybody in America was listening to your show Thursday of last week. I had call after call after call, and on Friday morning, an individual called me up and he said, Lindsey, you're all over the Internet. And I said, what do you mean? Sure enough, I think nearly every major patriot Internet site in the country had replayed your program on Thursday. Alex, people seem to be hungry for the truth. So over the weekend, I contacted both the two Mr. X's of my book, Energy Non-Crisis. Now, the one gentleman who has cancer, is terminally ill, is only expected to live for about another 2 weeks. And I don't know, I'm going to come out with some very startling things after he passes away. What I found out over the weekend, Alex, if the people out in the listening audience knew even a fraction of what I've been told, you would be utterly startled. You must not, I beg of you, everybody in Alex Jones' listening audience, you cannot allow Congress to bail out the mortgage-backed securities. You can't let them do it. You must stop them. Do you realize that they are giving to the elitist of the world between $2 and $7 trillion of your taxpayers' money? You can't let them bail out the mortgage-backed securities. They're going to try it after the election. Mark my words. I mean, what I'm getting is so startling, Alex. I would challenge every movement, every group in America to clamp down, stop this scumbag Congress that we've got up there. Stop them. Don't let them bail out the mortgage-backed securities.
Well, Lindsey, I want to talk with you about what that means overall and how that ties into your main Mr. X and one of the other sources you've got, plus the lady who we've confirmed was having that meeting with Napolitano. And
over the weekend, 7 banks were closed here in the United States of America. That means that from the first of this year until right now, 139 banks have been closed in 2010. Do you realize how drastic this is when Janet Napolitano just came out last week and said to a very close friend of hers who lives here in Phoenix, Arizona, who was in Washington at a private dinner meeting that she had with her, and she said, I want you to go back to Arizona. I want you to immediately, for the sake of your family, I'm saying this, Janet Napolitano said to her, I'm saying this only to a few of my very close friends, get 6 months of food and water in your house immediately. I mean, doesn't all this tell us something? Why are we in Afghanistan? They haven't even told us why we're there. The real reason why we were in Iraq, I'll be coming out with this after this man dies, but out of respect for him, I can't do it until then.
I mean, of all the years I've interviewed you, and I've been interviewing you for 14 years, 15 years, I've never heard you so hectic. I've never calling you people, scumbags. I've never heard this much earnestness in your voice. I mean, what is it that's got you so freaked out? I mean, did he tell you they're about to pull the trigger on a total implosion?
They are definitely on the verge of doing what they want to do. Let me put it this way. He said to me 2 years ago, within 2 years, you'll not recognize America. He said again, by 2012, the dollar will be dead. By 2012, the dollar will be dead. By 2012, the dollar will be dead.
All right, welcome back. You do not want to miss this segment. He has predicted everything from the market crash of 1987 to the popularity of Starbucks, just to name a few. But his most recent prediction, if it proves true, could change America as we know it. Gerald Celente is the founder and director of Trends Research Institute, and he joins me now. Good morning to you, Gerald. Thanks for coming in on this Sunday.
Thank you.
Okay, so you actually, I'll just throw up on the screen for a little bit of context here, some of the stuff that you've accurately predicted. This is unbelievable. The 87 stock market crash, the popularity of Starbucks, the big boom in bottled water, the panic of '08, the bailout bubble that we're currently sitting in the middle of right now. A lot of people asked me, they said, all right, Gerald's coming on the show. What is he, a psychic? How do you predict this stuff?
Current events form future trends. It's all in front of us every day. You reap what you sow. But when people look at data, they skew it to fit their own ideology. We're political atheists. We don't take sides. It's not what we want, what we like, what we wish for. It's what is. And the other issue is we look at over 300 different categories of trends, always making connections between different fields.
Okay, so now you've looked at all this research in an unbiased way. It's not left or right that's forming your opinion here. But you're saying now, because I don't want to bury the lead, that we're heading towards an economic apocalypse by the year 2012. Is that right?
That's right. Go back 2000, the dot-com bubble bursts. Rather than let it burst and the $5 trillion lost in the market, they lowered interest rates to 46-year lows. This is why we knew what was going to happen next. You can't flood the market with cheap money based on nothing and create a lending and borrowing boom.
You say we're going to see tax riots also?
Just on this point, now what they've done is they're creating another bubble, the bailout bubble, which is bigger than the dot-com bubble, bigger than the real estate bubble. The bailout bubble is $12.8 trillion in the pipeline. The government is now being involved in businesses. It's a whole different game. There's nothing to inflate. So we're going to see the tax riots. We predicted them right here in the Trends Journal in December of 2007. This isn't a right-wing issue.
He said again, within 2 years, nearly everybody in America will be working for the government. We are right now on the verge of them doing what he told me 2 years ago that they were going to do. They feel that they have it in the bag. They feel that everything is ready. This man knows that this is what's about to happen. He has been willing to warn me and not tell me not to warn the nation, because you know when a man is dying, Alex, he'll say a lot of things he won't say otherwise. And I just come out here with a warning and say to you, they are ready to draw the string. It is not long off before they accomplish what they want. And if they accomplish what they want to do, then your grandchildren and your great-great-grandchildren will be slaves in the United States of America on our own land to the elitist of the world. And one of the major things that they're going to do, of course, is the banking situation. Over the weekend, it should tell you something. 7 banks closed. 139 banks have been closed since the first of this year, the most since the Great Depression. Folks, you've got to do something in protecting your house. Okay, first of all, do what Janet Napolitano said. I mean, she let the cat out of the bag. If there's any such thing as buzzwords, she gave them on last Thursday morning before I went on your show. She said, get 6 months of food in order.